We do begin tonight with the breaking news. Millions of Americans in Florida now bracing for this major hurricane in the coming hours, set to make landfall in the morning as a major Category 3 hurricane. Winds 115 miles per hour. It is growing stronger at this hour, moving across those very warm waters of the Gulf. The Tampa airport closed. Tornado warnings in southwest Florida around Naples already. And now states of emergency, not only in Florida, but in Georgia and the Carolinas as well. Take a look tonight, the hurricane scene from the International Space Station, the eye developing there. The rapid intensification has now begun. Florida's southernmost point, Key West, you can see right there, already being lashed by strong winds and driving rains. The outer bands also reaching Fort Myers Beach, which, of course, is the last place that beats this. That's where Hurricane Ian did so much damage nearly a year ago. The winds also picking up in Sarasota tonight and in Florida's Big Bend region, where the hurricane may very well make landfall north and west of Tampa. The vulnerable barrier island of Cedar Key boarded up. Most everyone is gone tonight. At this hour, the newest track coming in just late today, a slight shift in that track. Ginger will take us right through it, where it will now hit. Hurricane Idalia now about 200 miles from Tampa, moving at 16 miles an hour. Expected to make landfall north of Tampa. So let's find out where. And of course, we always know that this path could still shift. Let's get right to Chief Meteorologist Ginger Z, where the winds are already whipping tonight on Treasure Island, Florida. Ginger?
Hey, David, we will be with you for every wobble of that track overnight. But right behind me, the darkening skies, the outer bands of Idalia. The center is about 150 miles to my southwest. That thing is charging north, though, and it is going to race toward the Big Bend, which is far from here, but we will still see impacts as far south as here. Already have, as you showed. A quick look at the radar tells you, and the path, that this is the Big Bend, that Appalachia Bay area. Cedar Key, Steinhatchee, all in line for a tomorrow morning landfall. It stays a hurricane even into South Georgia, then stays tropical storm, South Carolina, North Carolina, late tomorrow into early Thursday. And when we're talking about impacts well beyond the cone, this map shows you those tropical storm warnings all the way to the Outer Banks, hurricane warning, Apalachicola, down to Bradenton. It also goes through Gainesville and right at the coast. Number one way we lose life and property is storm surge, 10 to 15 feet. We're talking moving buildings type of water. That is that Steinhatchee Cedar Key area where we could see that unsurvivable condition as it makes landfall tomorrow morning. Then it's about the wind, knocking out power to so many people that live in that hot pink color there. You can see 110 plus mile per hour winds that go all the way through South Georgia. We'll have tornadoes. We'll have rain on the order of 6 to 12 inches. And David, I think that the National Weather Service in Tallahassee said it best. You shouldn't compare this hurricane to any other because you can't. We have not had a Cat 3 or higher hit this part of Florida since records began.
Yeah, you always remind us of that, and the National Weather Service also saying it tonight. You cannot compare it to hurricanes before. You have to take this very seriously. Great to see so few people remaining. Ginger, thank you. Of course, we're thinking about these families going through this. Millions of Americans in the path of this storm right now. This has shifted a little further north and west, as Ginger just pointed out. Still, Tampa General Hospital tonight right on the water, building what's called an aqua fence to protect it from the surge. The airport closed, and they are very concerned, as you heard Ginger report there, about the storm surge right up the coast. Also on the ground tonight, senior meteorologist Rob Marciano on the rush to prepare.
Tonight, the outer bands from Hurricane Idalia now impacting Florida. Rough surf in the Keys, flooded roads in Fort Myers Beach. The community so hard hit by Hurricane Ian less than a year ago. The storm battering Cuba overnight with high winds, rough surf, and flooding rain. FEMA urging families to heed the evacuation orders and get out while there's still time.
If you are in a storm surge warning area, it could mean just traveling 10 or 20 miles to get out of the most significant impact areas.
In Tampa, they're racing to shore up critical infrastructure.
For the second year in a row, they've erected this aqua fence around Tampa General Hospital to hold back any storm surge and to protect the patients inside.
Tampa's mayor watching Idalia's every move.
As the rain moves in and the winds pick up tonight, as you go to bed, what are you most concerned about?
I'm most concerned about those individuals that haven't heeded the warnings and haven't taken it as seriously as they should.
Our Ginger Z, southwest of here on Treasure Island.
These barrier islands have a major erosion problem on the daily. Add a full moon, plus 4 to 7 feet of storm surge, and with water on both sides, we're concerned about these islands tomorrow.
Some areas are bracing for up to 15 feet of surge. Our Maria Villarreal in Levy County.
Here in Cedar Key, the businesses are boarded up. The sandbags are out here. They will have an absolute evacuation order in place. Gas will be off, lights will be off later on this evening. Residents say they are worried they won't have anything to come back to.
Elite urban search and rescue teams and firefighters from Miami heading north into the storm zone.
Idalia now moving north at 16 miles an hour. It's accelerating, which in part could be a good thing. It will limit the amount of time over these warm Gulf waters, but hopefully keep it below a Cat 5, 4, and 5. But it will carry its momentum well inland. So towns in and around Gainesville and Tallahassee could see destructive winds. We could see hurricane force winds as far inland and as far away as Savannah. This is now a high-speed, high-impact hurricane. David?
Every hurricane different. The speed of this, as you point out, Rob and Ginger earlier, means inland they will really feel the destructive force of this. Rob Marciano, Ginger Z, both on the ground. I know you have much more on Good Morning America. Our thanks to you both tonight.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.